Hi everyone. This video, it's gonna be, I think, a little bit hard for me to get through. It might be one of my longer videos, but this video is basically, um, I'm gonna be going over like the side effects of my anxiety, if that's even a thing, or just like the things that I deal with like internally because of grad school and because the anxiety that grad school gives me. Um, so I literally made a list so I didn't forget anything. So I'm just going to start from the top. So excuse me if I'm looking down a lot. But some of like the more minor things is that I chew the inside of my cheeks. I've honestly have kind of always done this, but it's still an issue, like I've kind of realized that I've always had social anxiety, so it's always been a thing that I've done, but more so since I started grad school. And also, I clench my teeth really really tight at night, so much so I just went to the dentist like a month and a half ago or something like that, and my dentist, she was checking like the regression of my teeth and my gums, and she was asking me about grad school, and she was like, "So, grad school gives you a lot of anxiety, doesn't it?" And I said, "Yes, why?" And she was like, "Well, you bite the inside of your cheek, and also your teeth have been grinded down like a lot, like probably 3 or 4 times more than someone your age, and you seriously need to get a night guard. Probably like seriously 2 years ago, you needed to have a night guard." But yeah, with the clenching my teeth at night while I sleep, it's caused me to have to like pop my jaw a lot throughout the day just to relieve like pressure or built up tension. I don't know, but yeah, I have to pop my jaw a lot, and I was about to say something else about that, but I totally forgot what I was going to mention. Oh, just sleep in general. Sleep in general. If I have stayed up until like, or whatever time I go to bed, if I stayed up doing math until the point right before I go to bed, I do not sleep well at all. Like I dream about the last problem that I was just working on, and it's like replayed constantly in my dreams. Like, oh my gosh, I could have done this way, or I could have done this, or oh my gosh, this part was totally wrong, and it just like keeps replaying it. It wakes me up, and it's so um, distracting and not relaxing at all, of course. But also, I get like that when I have a big test the next day. I really don't sleep at all. Like I probably have to take like 2 or 3 Benadryls just to sleep. Um, so yeah, that's that. Another thing is I get extremely hypersensitive to noises, especially if I'm really in the zone. So normally, if I'm just doing homework, if I'm just rewriting my notes, if I'm rewatching a Zoom lecture, I don't get like that because it's just I can pause and I can pick back up where I was, no problem. But if I'm like working on a really hard problem and I'm really focused, I don't have any music playing, I don't have anything playing. It's usually just quiet. And so if a certain noise keeps happening, or like say if Stanley barked, or if Charlie's eating and he grinds his teeth on his fork, I've yelled at him so much because of that. I feel so bad, but like I lash out. Like I am so quick to anger, and that's so bad. Um, and I notice it like right when I do it. I notice it, and I automatically regret like the things that I've said, or how loudly I've yelled. But it's just it's something that I'm working on, but it's definitely still an issue. Um, so another thing, this kind of goes more with like the social anxiety, but also with anxiety because of school. But I avoid interaction, and like any sort of interaction with other classmates or professors. Like I don't really go to social events. Like there's a lot of clubs like AWM, something Women in Mathematics, that a lot of the students go to, or like happy hour that all the students go out and they just meet up, and even professors go. but I really don't like going because I mean we're all in a math program. We're going to be talking about math, and I don't like talking about math to other math people because it just feels like whatever I say, whatever I don't say, I feel just extremely inferior compared to everyone else. I just feel like I'm so many steps behind like my fellow classmates that I can't even have like a proper conversation with them about what's happening in class. I don't know, but that's also just a side effect of I don't know how to use my words. So I stutter a lot and I mispronounce words when I get nervous. And so, like for example, I had a presentation in a class last semester. I don't know, my first semester ever for grad school. Um, it was my turn to present, and I kept pronouncing the word scatter, like a scatter plot, as skater. And I noticed it after like the third time I said it. I caught myself and I was like, not skater. I meant to say, and then literally the word scatter could not leave my mouth. Like I couldn't say it. It couldn't come out. I was just stuttering like really really badly, and it was really embarrassing. Just going back to the interaction, I also avoid even my professor's office hours. So I'll plan to go to office hours. Like it'll be night. I'm working on a homework. Oh, I have this question. Okay, I'm gonna go to office hours tomorrow to get this answered. And then the morning of, I'll even be on campus. On campus, we don't have campus anymore. But last semester when we were on campus, I'll be walking to the professor's office, and then I just keep thinking about all of these what if scenarios. Like, oh well, what if there's other students in there, and that when I ask my question, they think like duh, like that's such an easy question, or what if the professor thinks that, or what if I ask this question and they ask me a different question in order to help me answer my question and I don't know that answer. I just think of so many different ways of how I could feel embarrassed, and I guess in order to protect myself I just avoid it at all costs. I talk myself out of going to office hours or even emailing my professors. I've only done it a few times because I really wanted my questions answered. Um, I hardly there's only certain classmates that I'll ask for help, just because other people I don't know how. I really worry what people think about me, you know? Another reason why I avoid social events is because I really truly hate, or I guess I'm even scared of small talk. So, like I said, like these are math events, math people. So, of course, math is going to be brought up. And so, like, I don't like talking about math with other math people just because I don't feel confident in that yet. And so, in order to avoid saying anything stupid or embarrassing, I just don't go. Oh, and that's how I feel all the time. Like if someone asks me, "Hey, what does Lipschitz continuous mean?" or what is uniformly continuously mean?" and I'm just like, "What does it mean? I don't know. I don't know." But I do know, and I don't know. I just like in the heat of the moment, I just get so nervous and so full of anxiety that like everything just leaves my mind. And that leads me to my next symptom or side effect of anxiety, whatever. Um, I get so nervous before tests that I literally feel like I'm going to throw up. And I just feel like I get so nervous because I feel like I'm going to forget everything. Um, and then when I feel that way, I always kind of think back to my undergrad. I had a professor, Dr. Sill. Shout out to Dr. Sill. Um, I told him how I felt and how I literally thought I was going to throw up before a topology exam. And he was like, "You should never feel that way." Um, he said are like math tests are like puzzles, like we have all the puzzle pieces. We know all the theorems, all the definitions, all the lemmas, whatever you need to do in order to prove what we need to prove. But it's just our job, it's just our job to put them in the right order, to put them together perfectly, to make the perfect picture, to complete the puzzle. And in the moment that kind of soothed me, but then also it's just like it I my in my mind I keep going around in circles, like, yeah, like I know these pieces, I have these puzzle pieces, but then I also go back to, well, do I know these puzzle pieces, do I know them like in as much depth as I need to. um but yeah, that's that. And then yeah, I don't know, there's probably like so many more things that come up during grad school. It's a lot. And like, I've literally have started seeing a therapist because of how much anxiety grad school has given me. And and the therapy has helped because she's validated like the way that I feel, like, you have every right to feel that way. I need to work on how I actually get through those feelings, though. Like, it's okay to be angry when distracting noises are happening while I'm doing my homework, but it's not okay how I react outwardly. And so, like, that's kind of like what I've been working on with my therapist. Um, so yeah, that's that. Um, so then, I don't know. Maybe a fair question would be to ask, like, if grad school gives me so much anxiety, then why do I even put up with it? I know that I am supposed to be here getting my PhD. The year before I graduated from CBU, I was taking advanced calculus with Dr. Cordero. Shout out Dr. Cordero. um, and one day after class, it was my first time ever having him as a professor. So, like, he didn't really know me besides my name, and he asked me, "Hey, Jasmine, what do you plan to do after you graduate? Like, are you going to grad school? What are your plans?" And I said, "I don't know, like, maybe get my master's, um, but I want to work on getting my teaching credential so I can be a high school teacher." And then he was like, "No, you're gonna be Dr. Perez someday." And, like, I kid you not, like, I'm gonna cry. I kid you not. Ever since he said that, there has been like so much overwhelming peace inside of me that that is what I'm supposed to do. My purpose for right now, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it, like, I don't know, like, that conversation with Cordero was like divine intervention. Like, that conversation changed everything. So thank you, Cordero. You probably didn't know that, but yeah. So yeah, that's why I put up with it. I know it's going to be really hard and really stressful, but I know that I'm supposed to be here, and so I know God will get me through it. Um, but yeah, I didn't want to cry. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you for watching. I truly hope that after this video you no longer feel alone if you did. So yeah, thanks.